we get to that moment.
Yes, the end, the very end, the last scene. The beautiful, stupid last scene. Which, by the way, was also leaked, but Andrew made very careful not to mention her name. But it was very heavily hinted at, and everyone was suspecting. It was all over Reddit speculated, and we were all like, "No, please don't do that. There's no need for you to do that."
There's
And
no
he did it.
reason.
He did.
He did.
He actually did it. He did it, and it's a joke, Jack.
It's an absolute joke, and to be honest, I am shocked to the core for a multitude of reasons. One, primarily, being that. Well, I don't know whether you guys have seen the video that I've seen also. It was like last year, I think, or a couple of years ago. Billy and Christopher Eccleston were doing this panel, and fans in the audience were asking Chris what it would take for him to come back to Doctor Who. And Chris blatantly said, clearly said, I will come back so long as Russell T Davies, Julie Gardner, and Phil Collinson are sacked.
Jane Tranter.
Oh, Jane Tranter, sorry. There was the fourth. Right? So, obviously, and Chris always put the point forward that, it wasn't always about RTD and the producers who made the show what it was when it came back in 2005. It was Chris and Billy, right? They put the work in and the effort to make the show what it was. And Chris was annoyed that the producers didn't see that. The BBC thought, this is going to be a half hack. You know what? Let's just, forget about it. It's not going to be a thing. But then when it did become a thing, the producers were like, oh, yeah, we did that. Yeah, we're the ones who were behind all this to begin with. Now, because of this, I always thought that Chris and Billy had that sort of chemistry, that sort of close relationship. So I never, in a million years, would have thought that Billy would have agreed to do this.
Well, I will. Okay, so I need to address what Cody's been saying. I'm sorry, Cody. I know you've been saying this quite a few times.
Oh, yeah, I haven't.
No, she wasn't introduced as the Doctor in the credits. She was just introducing Billie Piper.
Oh, yes.
I think the concern at the moment, Cody, is that obviously we saw the Doctor regenerate into her, and she was, from what I could gather, different accent, not the Cockney. Was it Cockney? Yeah, that Rose Tyler had. So it was her posh accent. I think I need to rewatch it. So that would imply to me that it is the Doctor, but you're right, it hasn't been stated. It also was stated in the leaks. It also has been stated in the leaks that this could be, as Paul has said, a stunt actor, as in this is the 16th Doctor, but we might not really see much of her.
Right.
It might be that Doctor Who goes on a temporary hiatus, which we know is probably going to happen anyway because we don't have the Disney Plus acceptance deal yet. They need to know that before starting the next series. And so it might be that there's a bit of a time jump or something, and then we get the 17th when they return, and then Billy just doesn't really show up much. Yeah. We don't really know what's going to happen yet there. It's still all in the air. We don't know what's going to happen. It might even be explained away off camera. I don't know. But the point being is, at the moment, from what we know, Billie Piper's the next Doctor. And if that is the truth, stupidest decision ever. Now, I know we've had someone who was in Doctor Who before become the Doctor, Peter Capaldi, but this is Rose Tyler's character. Sorry, Rose Tyler's actor that we're talking about here.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would he become someone he was in love with? What is going on? I don't understand. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't quite get it either.
Don't get it.
The thing is with Rose Tyler, because Billie Piper hasn't just come back as Rose Tyler either. She's come back as Bad Wolf too. The moment psychic thingy bob from the 50th. So
yeah, the moment.
The moment, yeah. So her character is just it's complex already. So bringing her in as the Doctor just makes no sense. It's just ridiculous in every sense of the word.
Just to answer you, Paul. To add on to what you're saying there, Paul, about the image. Yeah, I remember talking to Jack about that. The image. Didn't I send you a picture of that, Jack? Was it you I sent that to?
The party.
Yes. That's been cut, so that didn't happen. So that must have been the other alternative ending. So this was the alternative ending because Shooty, as you said, left. Which we think there's the speculation is that Shooty left because of the waiting game, because we didn't know what's going to go on with Disney, so there was a massive hiatus, and we know that Shooty wants to bugger off to America. Apparently his goals are to go into Hollywood, which is fine, wonderful, great.
You know, I wish him the best of luck with that.
He's got the skill set, so that's why he's left, so that someone else can do the waiting for them, and maybe that's why Billy's took over. Because don't worry, I won't be long for the Doctor. I'll pop in for a sec. Maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. Yeah. It really is but from our perspective, from the viewer's perspective, right? This seems bloody stupid. It doesn't make any sense. I would never make this decision if I was RTD. I would never have gone, hey, Billy, you know how you played a companion for, was it 2 years? Yeah. Would you like to come back as the Doctor? Oh my God, that's a great idea. Yeah, let's just do more fan fiction, shall we? Let's just go ahead and write that one in. Oh, look at that. They'll love this.
Does don't Chris and Billy do stuff for Big Finish as well?
Yes. As I think so, or I don't know if she's done it recently, but she definitely did it with Rose.
Oh, that's weird. That's even weirder. That's even stranger. I don't understand that. Oh, that is just. Oh my God, that is beyond belief. But the thing is, right, and this is the one thing I've been mentioning before. I
agree with you, Cody.
Yeah. The thing is, as well, is if the show, obviously, because the show hasn't been doing good. It hasn't been doing good at all. Right?
Oh, no, the viewing figures.
Yeah. And the thing is, right, Disney is a business at the end of the day. Right? If they saw that Doctor Who was going to be pretty good for them, lucrative in money, they would have gone, okay, guys, your contract's over with, but we've seen the figures, we've seen the stats, it's coming good. Would you be interested in renewing renewing the contract again for a third season? Right, there is no way Disney would let that kind of money slip through their hands.
Hello, Slade. Long time no speak. And yes, she did do that. Maybe that's connected.
So like kind of like taking a snapshot of what could have been, and yeah, who knows? But yeah, it's been quite the episode, quite the 2 seasons, if I'm honest. So yeah, it has been up and down all the way around. And as Maximus said, I mean, obviously we don't know the state of the show now, do we? So is it possible that the show could now be cancelled and obviously brought back 10 years down the line?
I will say, if we go along the lines that RTD is doing fan fiction, right? Mm-hmm. I, as a fan of Doctor Who, am quite interested to see how Billy plays the Doctor, if we get to see that. I'd like to see how she could do it. I know she's a fantastic actor. I've seen her do a little bit of I Hate Susie. And yeah, I'm interested. How will she do it? I mean, apparently her introduction line there is, oh, hello, which is sweet, nice, like it. Yeah, I'm interested, but I just don't think it's correct. I don't think it's what should have happened. I don't know. It's just a silly creative choice. I do think RTD is having a bit of a crisis, and I think he needs to put the pen down and just let someone else who's a little bit more down to earth take over.
Yeah, just a little bit.
It's but, like, yeah.